Oh, yeah, baby. Oh. All right. We're recording again. I skipped a couple days. Don't blame me. Don't judge me. I needed a few days. I'll blame it on the weather. That's what I'll do. I'll blame it on the weather. I'm leaving my house right now. It's a Friday night. My buddy Miguel Rojas has a show at the Improv. It's one of Kita's shows. I don't know where I'm going to edit this. I might have the previous stuff where I went to Kita's show. I think I did a little bit of recording before I went out to a show. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a separate video. We'll see what happens. I don't really care. Let's call this a fresh slate for the week. I am going out. I went out Wednesday night to Kita Mascaro's show he produces called Wax Poetics. Tiffany Haddish, Adam Ray, Elijah Schlesinger, Shang, the comedian. We had Mikey Winfield. I mean, it was an all-star show. And I really want to be on one of those shows at some point, man. Just a huge, huge, huge lineup. I am now heading to the Improv. Like I said, Kita has another show. My boy Miguel is in it. So I'm going to support. Going to pick up Dan Green, the guy I went to Wichita with. Going to go pick him up, and we're going to cruise together. Yeah, I don't know. This week, just the rain kind of bumming me out, dude. My productivity level went through the floor. I did not feel like going out. Even though I did get out, I didn't feel like recording. I didn't feel like talking shop. I don't know if you guys have those moments, whatever it is that you do, where you just don't want to roll out of bed and do anything. Well, I had a few of those days. But time to nip that in the butt. Got shit to do. So a few things. Wednesday I went to that show. So I don't know. I think I have. I think I already let everyone know. Like, my show got canceled this last Sunday. That was with Stone and Rob because of the weather. That kind of started off my week. I was all pissed off about it. Is what it is. Can't control the weather, obviously. But a few things. So I ended up going out to a red carpet event. Went out to Kita's show on Wednesday. Tuesday I was supposed to go to the Improv. Like, I know that was one thing. Like, Tuesday, that's my religion. That's usually what I do. But because of the weather, my son's baseball obviously got canceled. And they wanted to do back cages. And my son really needs to work on his batting. So I ended up, it was going to be right at the time I need to leave to go to the Improv on Tuesday. So I went ahead, said, screw it. Today I'm going to focus on my kid. I'm going to focus on my son. Make sure he's getting the attention he needs. And that's always important. That's always more important. Your family's more important. Even though, like, going out and doing this, it is for me, but it's also for my family. When I get to that point where it's financially viable, it's definitely going to be good for my family. But I don't know when that is, and I don't get these days back with my kids, so that's more important to me. Spending time with my son, that's more important to me. And honestly, like, he's a big chunk of my comedy. He makes me laugh every day, and I talk about him a lot on stage because he's hilarious. Makes me laugh. My daughter makes me laugh. Talk about her. It's just, they're my family, man. They come first. They absolutely come first. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday was the big show I went to. Today's Friday. What did I do last night? Oh, last night, so I went down. I got on the show with my friend Dave PPL. Down in Orange County, down in Huntington Beach. He told me it's a bar show. It's a rough room. I said, that's cool, dude. It is what it is. I'll go down there and treat it like a mic and just work on material. Oh, man. I did not prepare at all. Just kind of had a few prompts. I got up on stage. I'm just gonna show you guys. Like, I'll show you guys like how it just fell apart. I could not, for the life of me, remember what I was gonna talk about. I was all over the place. Check this out.
What's up, Mama Room? That was some interesting intro music. Thank you, DJ Chaos. I was wondering what image you were going to put in the background, dude. Like, are you in charge of the slideshow? You are. Okay, look, I first looked up here and I saw like a fucking stereo from 1997. I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what was throwing me off? Everyone give it up for the previous comics. Last comic, Joel, was up here. I couldn't even stare at him because I was looking at the chick behind his name in the photo. I don't know if anyone else caught that. I thought that was like, maybe that was him 2 years ago before he transitioned. I don't know. Yeah. So, I recently got into this hobby. I started painting miniatures. It turns out little people don't like being called miniature. No. I was calling him midget, and my wife said you can't call him that. Like, you have to call them little people, LP for short. Whatever, it's 2024. I can say midget, though. I married one. Y'all give it up for me. Hell yeah, dude. I don't discriminate. I was waiting for that applause, Brandon. Thank you. I married down. Now my wife, she's Filipina, but you get it, same thing, right? Potato, potato. Only difference between my wife and a little person is 2 inches, so whatever.
All right, I think a lot of you would agree that was garbage. That was straight shite. That was basura. That was... it was awful, man. I mean, yeah. Trying to think of like a funny like situation that a celebrity's been in and comparing it, like that's worse than Robert Downey Jr. in the late 90s. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Anyways, it was bad. It was not good. I was so distracted. I got up on that stage. I look out. I know you guys can't see it, but there were TVs all over the back wall. Like, I was seeing flashing lights. There were people playing pool to my left. There were people playing darts in front of me. Like, there was a guy with a guitar strumming. Like, it was complete chaos. And I was just like 10 minutes of like, what the fuck is going on? Couldn't string my thoughts together. Anyways, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I would go back again. Actually, in fact, I hit him up and said, hey, I'm available in March if you guys want to throw me up anywhere. Because it's good practice. You don't, as a comedian, you don't know what situation you're going to be in. You don't know. You don't know, like, you go on the road and, I was in Wichita. Fortunately, it was a good spot. Crowd came to laugh. You might get thrown into a comedy club or a bar where they booked you at. They're paying you money, and you got to come in and be able to deliver, no matter what the situation is. That's part of comedy. Is like you got to have the confidence, and you got to command confidence. You got to command the room, and there's no excuse. You don't say, "Oh, well, they just didn't want to listen to me." Well, that's your job. Make them listen to you. So it's something that I'm okay with working on, even though, like, I think I've done rooms with 300 people in it, and you get that room laughing, and then you go back to this, and you're just like, oh, I don't feel it. I don't do that, not get a laugh, and go like, oh man, I'm not funny. I know I'm funny. But it's not demoralizing. It just kind of shocks you or humbles you and makes you go, okay, I can't win every time, but I need to do my best so that I win more often. That's what I need to do. So I'm down to go back and do it again, and just is what it is. I don't care that my set was garbage. I mean, I would like it to be nice. You always want to go and be awesome. But I'm taking it as a learning experience for sure. And the fact that I didn't want to vlog all week kind of sucks. Even though there was comedy stuff going on, I just didn't feel like it. So I apologize, guys. I know some of y'all have been watching this on a day-to-day basis, or maybe you're checking in every few days. But yeah. Anyways, tonight, going to this show, hang out with my boys. And then this weekend, I mean, it's a busy weekend. Tomorrow, I got a table read. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I landed the lead role in a horror comedy short film. It's a short film. It's probably no more than 10 or 15 minutes long, I don't think. I love the script. My friend Kayla Hardy, she wrote this script after her friend hit her up and said, hey, write me a script. And she's a very funny writer, and she's a very funny comedian. And they were trying to cast this role, and I guess they had a bunch of people audition, and then she just hit me up. It was, what was it, like early last year? And she was just like, hey, she liked my look, and she's just like, hey, do you act? And I was like, yeah. And she wanted me to try out for this role, audition for the role. So I did, and I read the script, and I was like, what the heck is this? And then, because they only gave me a little piece for the audition, but it looked very interesting. And then after meeting with the director via Zoom and doing an audition for him, he loved my stuff, and he was just like, he didn't tell me right away, but I think it was about a week or two later they hit me up, and he was like, yes. He was like, I love your take on it. Everyone else had a different take other than yours, and he really liked mine. And then him and I had a meeting 2 days ago, and just to talk about our read-through. So I have a read-through tomorrow for a couple hours. We're going to read through. We're going to talk about blocking, as far as like what we're going to be doing. And there's traffic everywhere. Like we're going to be blocking out the scenes and stuff like that. That's from 12. He said it should be no longer than an hour or two. And now I have to get out of there by 2. So he's got 2 hours with me because Greg Dean, the professor of comedy, hit me up today and asked me to open up his show tomorrow at the Improv. So I'm assuming I'm doing 5 minutes. If he gives me more, cool. I was listening, he asked me to do that, and I was like, well, what did I do last time I opened up his show? I opened up one of his shows back in October. And I think it's important to know what you go in there with, because if he has some of the same students, they're probably going to be bringing some of the same like relatives or friends or significant others to come watch the show. So I don't want to do the same exact material. But I thought, I went back, for some reason, I thought I bombed that set. I just remember it not going as well as I wanted it to. But I went back and I'm listening to it, and I was like, no, dude, I got some big laughs on some of these jokes. It wasn't as big all the way through the set. But it was a decent set. So tomorrow, after listening to what I did in October, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do some of my solid material, because I want to go in there. A lot of his students are brand new. They, if Greg talked about me at all, he's obviously going to say I was a student, 5 years ago, and I've been doing it, and I'm out doing this, blah, 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 blah. And I want them to they're bringing out friends and family, and in those showcases, it's a lot of new comics, so there's a lot of moments where you don't get a lot of laughter. You just don't. It doesn't mean they don't have potential. It's just you're brand new, they're nervous, the first time they're up on stage, a lot of them, first timers, and so Sometimes you can hear a pin drop. Just saying. So I want to go in there. I am opening the show, kind of as they call it, taking the Greg Dean bullet. But I want to go in there and do well, kind of get that show going. And have a good time. So I'll be doing that tomorrow after my read through. If I can, I'll record that and throw that on here too. Just like, why not? I've done those jokes, the ones I'm going to do tomorrow. Well, I wrote a new joke today and I'm going to put it in my set tomorrow, but I'm going to sandwich it in the middle. We'll see how it goes. Oh God, this traffic sucks. But anyways, that's the plan. That's the plan, man. For now, I'm going to go get Dan. Bye.
Jamie Kennedy, Dan Green, my bros. What's up, Vic?
Oh yeah, oh Vic?
Yeah, what's up with your camera, dude?
I'm filming.
You're filming me filming?
I'm filming you filming.